Oh, okay, now it's working. Perfect. Would I be upset to see Mage Tank and SOD? So one of the things that... Okay, I like I'll go way more into depth in this later. The guild clash is starting in like 40 seconds. But one of the things I really like, I'm excited for SOD in general. I'm stoked. One of the things I do think is they went, in my opinion, I think SOD went a little too far. I would like to see them pull back. I don't know if mages need to be healers. I don't know if rogues need to be tanks. I don't know if they need to add in that many new abilities. I like some of them, like Pally Taunt is awesome. Pally Wind Fury is awesome. Shaman Salve is awesome, right? Mages getting like Ice Lance or Fingers of Frost or whatever might be fine. But mages being like healers might be a step too far. So it might be like one step too far. But hey, it's Season of Discovery, right? They're discovering.
Happy to announce, Cataclysm is coming. WoW Classic Season.
What am I doing until SOD? I'll probably finish my Barbarian run, and then, bro, we're expecting our baby any day now. So I'll probably be taking a lot of time off when the baby comes. Every negative SOD comment so far. This isn't the Classic Plus I personally wanted. Why couldn't they just implement the changes I personally asked for? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, I guess. Yeah. My personal take is they added too much. Maybe other people liked that. I don't know. It seems like a lot of people think they added too much, though. I wanted quality of life updates. Well, we might have some. Don't judge it till you try it. I think that's fair. I think it's really fair to say, Everett. Like, I have my knee-jerk reactions, but they might be wrong. It's just, as a veteran WoW player, those are my knee-jerk reactions. But after playing, I might be like, oh no, this is actually really great. But when people are asking, what do I think? Well, I haven't played yet. So this is what I think as of right now, right? Season of Discovery is Classic Plus. Yeah. I feel like this is some weird ongoing debate that like doesn't need to be a debate at all. Like, it basically is Classic Plus. It's Classic with changes, new bosses. For people that are like, that's not Classic Plus, like, bro, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, this is class. Like, this is, what do you mean? Like, I don't, it's the door to Classic Plus. Yeah. So it is Classic Plus, right? Like, it's the Classic Plus beta, so to speak. It's getting ready. It's like level 25, 40, 50, then 60. It's the framework for it. I don't like, it's such a, I don't know. I guess it's a semantic thing. But we uploaded a YouTube video yesterday of like Classic Plus announced, and people were like, oh, that's not Classic Plus. I'm like, what do you want? What do you want? Some people had very specific things they wanted and don't want to accept that this is it. Yeah, true. It's Classic Plus without the potential for Blizzard to screw it by launching Classic Plus. You only get to launch Classic Plus once, and this format gives them a fun, community-friendly way to test changes and new content. I agree. This is a really good take. This is a really good... Whoops. It's a really good take. Because it's Season of Discovery for them to find out what Classic Plus should be, and what we have in a year and a half from now, after a lot of trial and error, is probably what Classic Plus is going to end up being, is the level 60 game where we end up, after a bunch of players complaining, things are added, things are removed, etc, etc, etc. We have like a bunch of iterations to work through at level 25, 40, 50, 60. My concern is a lot of stuff doesn't need to be added. A lot of stuff probably needs to be removed. And when you start with adding in a ton and then you start pruning things, people get upset. Because, for example, I think a lot of people are upset about like healer mages, but also a lot of people are excited about healer mages. And it's like, if you added healer mages at level 25 and then the level 40 expand, time gate thing unlocks, and then you remove healer mage, people are going to be upset because you already, it's like giving a kid candy then taking it away, right? And so they're kind of in a pickle in that sense. No public knowledge on it is the single most exciting thing for me so far. Yeah, I agree. I think having no PTR and no beta is one of the best things Blizzard could have done here. Like, it'll be really awesome day one to just stream it and just randomly look for things and have nobody know what's going on. But let's not fool ourselves here. A week after it comes out, there's probably going to be an add-on called Rune Finder, and you download the add-on and it'll tell you step by step on how to get every damn rune. That's just the world we live in now, boys. It's 2023. And we're going to fool ourselves to think if that's not going to happen, right? It's definitely going to happen. Guild Clash hasn't started yet. They're setting up. I swear a classic player could get exactly what they asked for, but still bitch about it. Yeah, I mean, it's tricky because we basically, like, as a classic community, I think players want classic WoW, period. But after having classic WoW for 4 years, people are wanting classic plus. Now, already that's going to be an issue. Why? Well, classic plus automatically insinuates there's going to be changes. But if you do the wrong changes, people are upset. I talked about this like 3 weeks ago on my stream, that it's going to be an issue because anything Blizzard does is going to be, people are going to retaliate, right? Because it's not what they wanted. But at the end of the day, Classic Plus is adding changes to Classic. So it's like, okay, you want changes to Classic, but you don't want changes to Classic. Which one is it? And you're kind of stuck in the middle. So that's why the conclusion I came to is pulling the community on 75% pull wins. And you kind of just ask, okay, should we have a heal mage spec? Poll the community. If 75% of the community wants it, you add it. Any less, don't. Okay, should we add a Karazhan dungeon to Classic? 75% want it, add it. Under 75, don't add it. That's my take. That's my take. Done. I think for Classic, polling is the best way to do it because Classic is such a community-driven experience that it almost can't be any other way. For retail, maybe that's not the best option to move forward, but I think for a game where it's so community driven and the community feels like they want the game to go in a certain direction, you give the game to the community as a love letter and say, this is your game, do with what you want with it, we'll develop it, but you guys choose the direction it goes, is the best move forward. I think overall OSRS is a success. Apparently OSRS is still peaking in players and like a player base, and they're doing great, and overall OSRS is a massive success. Is it perfect? Probably not. Are there downsides? Probably, but I don't know. It's goated, it's still going strong, it's a great game. Yeah, I don't think you can look at OSRS and be like, well, what a failure. It's like, well, what do you mean? By what standards is that a failure? If you are part of the 25% of the community that doesn't want something and you end up quitting the game because of it, that's just entitlement. If I'm in the minority of people and 75% of the player base wants a new raid and I'm the 25 that doesn't, and they add a new raid and I'm mad because of it, then I'm just entitled, period. Like, if 75% of the players want something, then let it happen because that's what the majority of people want. Sorry. Like, that's just the damn truth. And what's cool about a polling system is, like, at the end of the day, if you vote something in and it ends up being shit, then you can vote it back out a couple months later, or weeks, or whatever the hell. Like, say you vote in mage healers, because everyone's like, that would be fun, right? And then, like, it turns out that, like, everyone's like, no, this feels really bad or whatever, then you can test it out for a while and change directions. Like, that's the kind of cool thing about giving the players the power in that sense. Isn't that what's been going on since vanilla? Blizzard followed what people wanted and made consistently worse decisions. There was never a Blizzard poll asking what players wanted for, like, the next retail decisions. I've never voted in a community poll asking what we wanted. I've never seen a community poll that Blizzard's put on. Actually, I saw the Cataclysm one. Okay, there was one about, like, Kata versus Classic Plus. I saw that poll. That was like one. But for, like, retail, I don't think I've ever seen that. In addition, I remember watching a video specifically. Maybe someone can find me the link, but Blizzard said something like this. I'm going to paraphrase this terribly, but they did say this. Blizzard said, our philosophy is about building the games that we want to play. Let me say that again. Blizzard said, and I'm paraphrasing this probably terribly, but something along the lines of, Blizzard said, we want to make the games and build the games that we want to play. We meaning Blizzard. not you. Specifically, they said we. So I think the direction retail has taken over the past decade has not been player driven. The last year or two, I think it has been. I think they've done a great job in the last couple of years. But the last decade before that, specifically not player driven. Blizzard said that themselves live on stage. Just saying. You're thinking too hard into that? No, the community was pretty upset about it. I'm not thinking that's absolutely what they meant. Yeah, they explained it. That's absolutely what they meant. Anyway, I do think there's a point to be made about players not knowing what they want. That's the whole you think you do but you don't. I think that's a fair. I think there's still a point to be made there. I'm not saying like it's 100% this way or nothing. I think there is flaws with polling. I think that's fine. There's an argument to be made, sure, whatever. But I still think overall the flaws that we're gonna have with a polling system for classic WoW specifically, not talking retail here, is probably the direction they should move in. I think we wanted classic and we did want it. Yeah, true. The problem with listening to the community is you can't just listen to the community because there's a bunch of people echoing the opinions of the vocal minority, right? And you see that problematic in real life too, but that's another discussion. But like, for Blizzard to make a change based on what they read on the forums of one person complaining about something that nobody else cares about, that's not listening to the community in the sense that I think it should be done, right? Blizzard, please make sure the world is still dangerous with the massive increase of player power. Yeah, that's a really great point. Let's see what this guy says. I am super excited about what I see with SOD, but with all these new class tools, I really don't want to chain pull the leveling experience like we do in retail. I think it's a really fair point. 2K upvotes. Wish I could upvote twice. Amen. Agree. 1 through 25 might be fine, but I'm curious how they intend to implement 25 to 35 or whatever the next range is. Yeah. So this is kind of like the Asimos video we watched earlier today. It's like, are you gonna use Chaos Bolt and just one-shot everything always? Out of nowhere, yesterday S-Fan's party killed the first 2 raid bosses with 0 mechanic, uncoordinated tank and spank. Do you know they were overgeared for entertainment, or was it just easy? I would guess that it's just kind of an easier fight. I don't think they're supposed to make these like mechanically challenging fights like retail, right? I think when you look at classic WoW, a lot of the fights aren't mechanically challenging, like even the first raids at 60, like Molten Core or something. So you would probably presume that a level 25 raid wouldn't be like that difficult. A level 25 raid is probably meant to be an introductory raid that you do with your friends that's fun and you get some loot and you bring people together and it's a unique experience. I think maybe those were more the things they were going for. Yesterday they actually did state that BFD is lightly tuned. They're like that's what they're going for, right? Lightly tuned.